Yeah, and my name's Michael, and we're so glad to be...
I love you.
And she loves you, and I love you too. And we have something really important to share with you today.
Were you adopted?
Yeah, we're going to talk to you about adoption. All right.
Let's make funny faces instead.
Your funny faces? Silly goose. So as my beautiful daughter now busies herself with some dolls and Shopkins toys, I want to share a short story with you. When my wife Stephanie was just 2.5 years old, her daddy adopted her. He signed those adoption papers, and when he did so, it changed everything. Stephanie had a new last name. She would be forever his, and he would be forever hers. Irreversible, irrevocable. That his love for her would never change and has never changed. My wife looks upon her daddy with eyes of love, and he looks upon her with eyes of love. And just this past week, we celebrated her special day in January when he signed those adoption papers and she was brought into his family. But God adopted us. Adoption is this beautiful picture of the gospel that those who've received Jesus Christ and his work of salvation by grace through faith have been brought into the family of God. For we were once separated, alienated, not part of the family of God, separated because of our sin, that we weren't part of this loving relationship that we now enjoy. But when the right time came, as it says in Galatians chapter 4, verses 4 and 5, when the fullness of time came, God sent forth his Son, born of a woman, born under the law. This is now verse 5 of Galatians 4. So that he might redeem those who were under the law, that we might receive the adoption as sons. The adoption as sons. That's why Jesus Christ came, to buy us out of the slave market of sin so that we could be set free in him into the glories of his love and to be adopted into the family of God by the gospel of God. That's what we're now compelled to share and show to every man and woman and child on earth. The heart of the gospel is that we are brought back to God. Reconciliation. Ephesians chapter 1, verse 5 talks about adoption too, that God predestined us according to the kind intention of his will through Jesus Christ to the adoption as sons, as daughters of the King. Romans 8, verse 15 talks about adoption too, that we're no longer slaves under fear, slaves to fear, but we have been adopted, whereby we cry out, Abba, Father, that we are in this now new relationship as children in the family of God, that we relate to the creator and sustainer and orchestrator of the universe as children to a loving Father. And so God's love compels us. His love is unchanging. Nothing will ever change the way God looks at you when you have been clothed with the righteousness of Christ. It's as if you were standing on that block in the slave market of sin, and God pointed at you and he said, I want you. I'm choosing you and you and you and you and you. And I love all of you so much that I'm sending my son Jesus Christ to buy you back. My son will stand in your place, bring the penalty that you deserve, taking on the wrath that you deserve because of your sin. And he will do all that so that you'll be brought back to God. That's the good news that we share and that we show, now commissioned to spread that out to every man and woman and child on earth. So as much as I love my beautiful Princess Everlyn, and that she is my daughter, nothing will ever change my love for her. No matter what she says or what she does or what she thinks, I will always look upon her with eyes of love. And the same is true with you. If you've received salvation, rescue through Jesus Christ, by looking on him as the rescuer sent from the Father at the fullness of time so that you could be redeemed, God will always look upon you with eyes of love. Nothing you ever say or do or think will ever change that, because you're his child. And he's offering that redemption to the whole world. God so loved the whole world. And that's the mission of Life Change Action, and the mission of every follower of Jesus Christ, that this ministry of Life Change Action would reach out to orphans and orphaned people everywhere who aren't part of the family of God, and tell them and show them that there is a way to be brought back to God and to be in this family where they can love and be loved, where they can be fully known and fully loved by God. That God knows everything about us, and he still loves us. And so today, I just want to encourage you to share and show this message of reconciliation, of redemption that's found. That's the great wonder of the gospel, that we're adopted into God's family. And he loves us, and he loves you that much.